Brianna. Welcome to my edition of Vlog Every Day in November, or VEDN, or VEDN. I don't know how you would pronounce that. Anyway, I was so inspired by FitandFabbyForty's dedication to her video blog, so I'm going to try in November to vlog every day. And I think that, now that I'm in maintenance, I've kind of had more time to evaluate my journey, and I really kind of want to go back over some of the last year and some of the questions that people have asked me, and just get a chance to talk about that. So first of all, I want to do this video response to FitandFabbyForty's thoughts and questions about self-esteem and weight loss and that sort of thing. Kind of my take on it, and it's changed over time. This is life, y'all. The dogs, they bark, they run through the house, they went out the doggy door, they're gone. Nobody knows what they're barking at. Somebody's walking by the sidewalk that we own. Okay, so self-esteem and weight loss, and kind of how when you're losing weight, you would think that your self-esteem would go high, high, high up, but sometimes you hit these kind of lulls or feelings of feeling down and that sort of thing on the journey. So for me, I have so many thoughts about this. I might do a couple of videos. Y'all know I like to talk. That's just the way it goes. Okay. So I was somebody that, I've always been outgoing. I've always had an outgoing personality. I used to be a journalist, so I got very comfortable with talking to people and asking them very personal questions. And obviously I share a lot of myself with other people due to that. But I think that, I wasn't somebody that hid from the camera before. I do have a lot of pictures of me, some of them very unflattering. But I was the kind of person I could smile in pictures, and I could look at those pictures, but I didn't really share with anybody how I really felt about those pictures. So I kind of self-edited what I let people know about how I felt about my body. That being said, if you go back through blogs that I wrote when I was trying to lose weight for my wedding, I would say is probably one of the more difficult times with my weight and my body than I've ever had. I was clearly somebody that was not happy, and it wasn't that I wasn't happy with my fiance or about the wedding or anything like that. It was just when you fixate on something, then it can become a source of unhappiness for you. So that being said, I guess what I want to say is that I think that you can have high self-esteem in other areas of your life, but as it relates to your body, I think that's kind of a different thing. So there are times that I feel like I'm a really inadequate student. There's times that I worry about my capabilities as a mom and as a wife and as a writer and all those sorts of things. And it doesn't necessarily make my self-esteem go down. I think it's just part of the vulnerability of doing something that you love or something that's really important to you. So when you make weight loss or changing your body and how you feel about it, that goal that you're focusing on, I think naturally you're going to find times that you feel fantastic and other times, maybe you're struggling. For me, I think some of the walls that I hit, for example, I was never smaller than a 16 before. I'd been overweight my entire life, and I wore a size 16 to my 8th grade dance. And I've been a 16, 18 basically my entire life, and then all the way up until a 22, size 22. And so when I got below a 16, and this is kind of going to where some of you struggle and where I struggled when you get to a new low, new milestones are always a big deal for people, because when I got below a 16, I freaked out. And when I got below 200, I freaked out. And for a lot of people, and for me, and this is my belief, and this is what I tell my clients as a coach, The milestones are to be celebrated. You know, scream it from the rooftops, do whatever you have to do to really acknowledge those milestones. But if this is a place that you've always been to and you've never moved past that, I approach it with caution, because what usually happens is that people have an emotional reaction. Their bodies will still lose weight, their bodies will still get to a healthy weight if you keep going. But emotionally, if you are struggling with getting past that number or getting past that size, you start to self-sabotage. You either, very common, what I started doing was just being worried about how other people viewed me. It was around the size where people really started to notice my weight loss and started asking me about it, and I became very kind of paranoid. And as proud as I was of losing that much weight, it also forced me to embrace that I was losing weight and that people were going to notice. By the same token, you want people to notice, right? So awesome. But then you kind of like, oh, they're looking at me now. They're paying attention to what I eat. They may be paying attention to what I order when we go out together. They may be paying attention to whether or not I gain weight back, or, you know, I had somebody along this journey who isn't a super close friend of mine, but they would always ask me, so are you still doing that program, or are you still losing weight? And I'm thinking, yeah. And a lot of the feedback that you get will be positive, but then you will kind of run into, you know, times that you feel like you're on the spot, or you feel like you have to answer to other people. And I think that that's just part of embracing it. I knew that over time, people were going to see me differently. I don't think it's just a vanity thing. I think that we can put out different vibes, we can put out different energy, we can put out more confidence, or, you know, just different kinds of things as part of this journey. It's not just about what happens on the scale or in your sizes. And, you know, I think that our body image does change with time. You can always pick apart different things. I have loose skin issues, and you know, I really, especially towards the end of goal, it's like I really had to make peace with that, because at some point, you know, you have to realize your body is going to be what it is. Whether you've carried your weight for a long time, whether you've had children or not, whether you have stretch marks, whether you're one of those really blessed people that can lose a lot of weight and like have abs of steel, that's fantastic. I'm not one of those people. Yes, I'm a size like 4, 6, you know, 6 in most things. My body looks great in clothes. I'm fine with that, but like, I'm not wearing a bikini anytime soon, y'all. Not unless I have surgery. That's just the way it goes. But, you know, a lot of this is just accepting it as part of the journey. And what I really want to tell you is that when you get to that emotional, uncomfortable place, don't approach it with such negativity, because this is where the change happens. If you can push past those feelings of being uncomfortable because you're in a new place, you're pushing past your comfort zone, you're getting to new milestones, I'm telling you, it makes a difference in so many of my clients. I've seen so many clients walk away at that point because they're waiting for the other shoe to fall, or they're waiting to feel, I don't know, something. But if you can work past it, if you can push past it, you'll find that those feelings of discomfort are temporary, and that you'll get to learn yourself in a whole new way. And if you've defined yourself by your weight, once you take that away, you have to come up with new labels for yourself. So on all my blogs and my Facebook profile before, I used to always describe myself, you know, I'm Brianna, I'm a writer, I'm a literati, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm freckled, and I'm somebody that just so happened to lose 110 pounds. So now I'm a health coach, but that's not all that I am. My weight isn't all that I am, and it never has been. So I have so much to say. I'll cut it short. I know it's going long. So we'll talk more about this. Let me know what you think. What do you guys think? All right, take care. Bye. VEDN. We're done.